You know those times when you imagine your life to be always filled with exciting and wonderful adventures, living a life you are proud of, doing things that matter to you the most. And then you wake up thinking, my life is boring. I wake up, do some form of morning routine, get some food, and then remember that I didn't do the grocery. Story of my life. Doom scroll my phone for random nonsense or social media, or some TV before spending the rest of the day doing some work. We gotta pay the bills and support our lifestyle, after all. And then finally, it's time to get off because you're so done with work. Go to the gym, socialize a bit, give yourself a rewarding meal, and forget our tiny worries and spend the rest of the day unwinding to prepare for the next day. It's a routine. I think what's making me feel bored about this sort of routine is not that nothing is happening. It's because I probably just don't want to feel stuck day in and day out doing the same things over and over again. This is going to be one of the days when I try to break out of my loop, my photography day. I think what's interesting is that in photographing and visiting all these wonderful locations, chasing for beautiful moments, and then posting them all on social media, I sort of already painted that picture to other people that I live such an exciting life. I now can't count the times I receive the comment, "You seem so outgoing," or "You've been to so many places." I became that person who I will sometimes compare my life with. The people you see on social media who always travels, living a memorable life, or even has a girlfriend. Which then made me realize maybe my life is not boring after all. It's just normal. Our lives feel boring because we've already built up an expectation that every single moment needs to be a high from all the highlight reels you see online. No one's going to be posting about them going to the grocery or working late overtime. Everyone eats, everyone sleeps, everyone shits, I think. Most people just share the best part about their lives, stuff they want to remember or share to others, which probably just makes up around 5% of their lives. Totally made this statistic up, but you get the point. The rest of your days will be average or uneventful, mundane. I guess that's the importance of photography for me, a hobby I picked up simply because I was bored. A hobby that's now turned to be a passion that forces me to get out of my comfort zone, see new things, connect with nature, and get a bit of exercise. Have some quiet time to process my thoughts. It's not only about taking snapshots or creating art. It's a time for self-introspection. Give yourself some peaceful moments. My form of alone time. It gets me away from all the stresses and the distractions of the busy world that we live in. These tiny breaks we get from the daily routine makes us feel inspired again to create and be productive on the things that we love or are passionate about. It didn't really have to be photography. It just so happened that picking up a camera crossed my mind. But then I totally got into it. I think everyone will benefit to have that something that can make them feel being less stuck in their own daily loops. Have some form of refuge from the everyday overstimulation we get from normal life. I'm not here to fully influence you to pick up a camera. I don't have affiliate links after all. But I do hope that you can find your own passion to help you get by and give in your 100% to it. It's okay to have slow moments or times when you feel like nothing is going on. Boredom can be a good thing at times even, because in these moments you might understand how you want to fill up your time in a more meaningful and productive way. Every person is different. To one, sitting on top of a mountain for hours waiting for light is very unproductive, but to another, it's the most therapeutic thing in the world. It took me around 2 years before I came back to this place, because I was always intimidated by how challenging the trail could be. So now I'm trying to find a shooting spot, and the main purpose was to photograph this long ridge which leads your eye towards the background layers of the mountains. And then I just made it in time for the sunset. As you can see from the background, the layers are just so impressive. And then paired that with the setting sun on the side, such a rewarding view. No one lives a completely perfect life. We'll be at different stages, facing a different set of challenges, and be put in our own circumstances. We face life one day at a time. I guess what I truly want to say at the end of the day is, if you ever feel stuck in your own loop, know that you are not alone. And you can find a way to get out, but you just gotta start and seek for it. Life won't just change for you magically. Not all are lucky enough, but those tiny trial and errors of finding a bit more meaning and joy will make it a bit more worthwhile.